Hey everyone, my name is Lizzie and this is Lizzie Reads and welcome to my favourite childhood books. Now, I've been thinking about doing this video for a while and I thought, oh no, I put it off because I was at uni and all of the books are here at home because I have all my childhood books at home except for one because I want to reread it, so it's at uni. So yeah, I thought, I'll put it off till I can show you most of the books. But I thought I'd tell you about some of my favourite books when I was a child. I haven't got all of them here. I got a lot of books out from the library, but I do have a fair few. Also, just to let you know, I was talking about books that aren't Harry Potter, because obviously Harry Potter are one of my favourite children's books. As you can see, I've got a whole shelf dedicated. Wait, how do I turn it? It's weird, it's a funny angle. Dedicated, so that's why I didn't include Harry Potter, because I thought I don't want to state the obvious. So let's start with the Sleepover Club. I've got Sleeps out here because it's the only one I actually own. But I used to lap up these books as a kid. I thought it was so interesting. I loved the ideas of this big group of friends doing sleepovers. And because sleepovers was like quite hard to organise as a kid, because in reality they like everyone's quite busy. There's quite a lot to do in like parents' lives and stuff. So you never usually like get so many big sleepovers, but they used to sleep over all the time. It was set in Australia, which I loved, adored. I loved the TV show. I loved the TV show. But yeah, I thought this was great and I loved reading them, and I keep it just for nostalgia's sake. Another book I used to love the Mary Kate and Ashley books, ones that were based on their TV shows. I thought they were so good. There was ones where they were in boarding school. I used to love those, and I used to love the Two of a Kind. Did they have Two of a Kind books? I can't remember, but I used to love those. I used to get them out from the library all the time. But someone I say was one of my favourite authors as a child is Roald Dahl. I've got quite a few of his books. Wait, can I show you? Just there, the other end, just there. The ones that I have on. Oh, I'm missing one. I'm missing one of my favourites. But I thought I'd just show you my favourites. Obviously, I know that now I can see some of the like problematic elements of Roald Dahl's work, but as a child, I didn't really understand, and I loved these stories. They were so magical to me. I think the first one I maybe came across was Matilda, because I loved Matilda. I thought it was amazing. It was so magical. I felt like a personal connection, as many readers do, to Matilda, because she loves books. And I feel like when I was younger, I don't know if like everyone felt like this, but like reading like wasn't cool, like because this was in like technology. I was growing up when technology was sort of just like, when I was a teenager, technology was like starting to really, like, everyone had mobile phones, but like everyone was like playing like PlayStations and things, like PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, and then like the Wii when like we got a bit older. But like I feel like I really loved reading, and Matilda made me feel a bit better about that. Not that reading isn't cool, obviously, reading is very cool. And then Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I thought this story was incredibly magical, and there's so much to it, which I thought was so good. And then the BFG, just incredible. Like, it's such an incredible magical story. But my favourite was James and the Giant Peach, and it was my favourite because I always remember reading it up late at night and reading the descriptions of the juicy peach when he's eating it on the inside, and I just thought how amazing. I was like salivating at like 11, well I say 11, it's probably like 9:30 when I was a kid. Sorry, I got a bit cut off there because I kind of ran out of memory on my phone, so I had to start again. So sorry if I'm like styling funny, the angle's funny, we'll never know. Now, another one of my favourite authors as a child was obviously, well I don't say obviously, but a lot of girls my age were loving Jacqueline Wilson. Oh, I loved so many of her books. They were so good. They were so, they touched so many topics, which I thought was amazing. How many different things I learned from reading some of her books. I remember reading The Suitcase Kid for the first time, and I didn't really understand about what happened when people's parents got divorced or split up, or people's parents were never together in the first place. I didn't really understand it because my parents were, and you know, as a kid you just don't tend to understand much outside of your own little bubble. and I remember learning so much. I was like, oh my god. Yes, one of the classics was The Story of Tracy Beaker, which I absolutely adored. I loved the TV show. I've got the DVDs somewhere. I don't know why I still got them, but they were amazing. Oh my god, I can't wait for the new one to come out in November or October, the winter, whenever. I'm buzzing. I also really loved, my two favourites were Double Act, which is about two twin girls, and one of them goes off to a different school, and yeah, and just for like some different opportunities, and yeah, I just really enjoyed this one. I read this one over and over. And also Best Friends. I loved this a lot. When I was in year 5, so that's when I was like 10, I moved away. I didn't move away, my family moved from Orpington, which is near London. Well, not, it's in Kent, it's near London kind of, to Hastings where we live now. And I remember like seeking this out as comfort because it's about a best friend that moves away, but I did none of the things that were in this book. Oh, it was so little, and I loved how some of our characters, they were a little bit naughty, but it was really fun and enjoyable anyway. One of the books I don't have with me is Anne of Green Gables, which I adored Anne of Green Gables. I thought she was such a feisty, cool character, and I read some of the books, some of the other books, I got them out from the library and things, and I didn't really understand what was going on at the time because she was obviously growing up, and I was a bit confused. But I think I'm going to do a reread of Anne of Green Gables, maybe in the summer. It's definitely a summer children's classic. So yeah, I've read those, and also I'm going to include this because I vaguely remember reading it. It's The Secret Garden. I've got it on my to be read side because I don't really remember reading it, but I loved the film of this. Really loved this. I really loved engaging with that as well. I kind of say like I've read Alice in Wonderland because I know I have. I just don't remember reading it. Like I remember the text, I don't really remember reading it, and like I know like certain quotes from different things, but I don't actually remember reading it. So I'm going to read that soon. And I do love Peter Pan, but I didn't read that as a child, and this video is mainly about books I read as a child. Also, I've got here The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. So out of this series, I can really vividly remember reading The Magician's Nephew, which is my favourite, absolute favourite. The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, and Prince Caspian. Prince Caspian? I don't know. I always said Prince Caspian, but I don't think that's how it's pronounced. Yeah, so I enjoyed reading those, and I'm definitely going to give these a reread soon because I really, really want to see like what happens later, because like I know what happens, so I know I've read them, but I don't really remember any of the finer details. And last but certainly not least is Goggle Eyes, or Google. I won't say Google because like that's Google, but Goggle Eyes I think it is, by Anne Fine, and it's about these little girls, they're teenage girls. I remember reading this as a child, like I got it off a family member, and one of them's parents is getting divorced and is finding a new partner, I think, and this other girl is telling her the story about when her mum got a new partner, and it's a really long story, and it's kind of like I hated him at first but now I like him, it's best for my parents sort of thing, and I really, really enjoyed that one. I thought it was really sweet, and yeah, I really am glad that I read this as a kid. And again, this is another one that opened my eyes to people's lives who are different to mine, and I thought I'd include this. This is one of the reasons I wanted to do this video, because it's a bit different. I haven't had many people talk about this book before. I don't know if anyone that I know has ever read this book before. I just got given it to it by an auntie. I don't think, I'm just having a look, see if there's anything else I've missed out. All my kids' books are like right at the bottom. No, but I really want to do a like teenage YA version of this. I think I might do one of them. I might film it now, if I can be bothered. Yeah, I can. So you might get sort of a part 2 to this, and then I might do a favourite YA / children's books I've read since being an adult. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I really, really enjoyed filming this video. I'm sorry I've been a bit AWOL, up and down, only really doing vlogs because they're really easy recently, but I'm hoping that I will get back on track as soon as my dissertation is due next Friday. So, oh sorry, I've got hiccups. Thank you very much. Please like, subscribe and comment. What are your favourite children's books? Let me know if you're interested. And thanks. Bye.